Alright, so the new Roxy is an absolute godsend when it comes to farming out the bird boss holy relics, and I only have 4 left. I can almost make 1 more. But it's all because of her passive. So her passive, if you didn't know, anytime a human ally manages to crit with a single target attack, it's gonna deal an additional 300% of her initial attack as extra damage. So her initial attack at the start of the round is just around 20-21k. Mine doesn't have like perfect rolls. She has like 14 point something percent. If you have like full 15%, maybe you get like 21k, I'm not sure. But it's basically gonna be around 60,000 extra damage, 61k, 62k almost. And that is actually a lot of extra damage, especially on floor 3, where say Brunhild attacks on the first phase deal like 40k damage, and this 60k additional damage is an additional 150% damage on top of like whatever damage she did. Like, it's crazy. It's actually super crazy. This team is the fastest team for clearing bird boss at the moment. I did manage to get like an 8-minute 37-second time, and that is actually the clip we're gonna watch in this video. I'm just gonna comment over it. I actually got that time on like my 3rd try, and after that I did try to record this video twice, but like the runs were so scuffed. Like, they were absolutely scuffed, completely shafted with like just getting Megellda cards or like some other like things that were getting in the way that are not representative of like the average run. Like, the other 3 runs that I initially did were so much faster, and these are runs I've tried to do between then and actually now when I'm actually recording or trying to record this again. I've been like super fast as well, so I'm not sure what the curse was when I was trying to record this earlier, but we're just gonna comment over the actual clip. I'm not gonna chance it again just to waste like another 9 minutes or whatever. So the gear I have on them is, actually I can look at it like this. So the gear I have on them, of course, is attack crit on literally everyone. Everyone does have like attack percent sub rolls, HP percent sub rolls, and defense percent sub rolls, right? Not the best sub rolls especially, but like the important thing is the attack. You kind of want to get it as close to like 15% as you can, with the exception of Roxy. She doesn't have attack percent sub rolls on her top pieces. She actually has crit chance percent sub rolls. That is because her crit chance is really damn trash otherwise. Like, she has 124% crit chance, that is with an additional 40% crit chance from the top pieces. Otherwise she has like 84% crit chance. That is not a lot, especially if you consider like her attacks just hit for twice and 3 times, especially this one. Like, if you miss both crits on this one, you're just not gonna deal the additional damage from the Roxy passive. So like, getting those crits is a little bit more important than hitting harder with Brunhild here. The power strike card on the final phase of the first floor is still gonna hit damage cap on silver, or as close to damage cap as it can, and then like the additional 60k damage is gonna be really nice there as well. And the artifact card set I have on them is of course the single target card set that increases our single target damage by 20%. So, but yeah, that's the team. We'll just jump into the clip and you see actually how fast this team is. Alright, so here I have the clip in front of me, and yeah, you'll just see how fast this is. I'm actually just gonna drink my coffee as I'm talking as well, so hopefully that doesn't bother you. But yeah, usually like the first attacks I do is like, I'm gonna buff up with Megellda, and I'm gonna attack with the Brunhild detonate card, attack with Megellda single target card, and attack with Roxy single target card, and this should clear phase 1 quite easily. There's probably some other like attack patterns you can do, maybe like you do an AoE and then the Roxy attack, and that could potentially also kill it. But I just wanted to waste like the weakest cards anyway, so we don't really have to worry about them. Now on the first floor, like, you can 4-turn it of course, but 5-turning it could potentially be just a little bit better. I'm not sure, I can't remember because I did this recording yesterday, if I actually did end up 4-turning it or if I did 5-turn it or whatever. This might be a 4-turn, depending on like how lucky I am with like the card draw and stuff like that. But generally either you want to like stall out on this phase or the second phase, or the third phase I mean, just so you can ensure that you get like Brunhild's ultimate or Megellda's ultimate and like a Brunhild silver detonate card and stuff like that. That's really gonna help you out. And as you can see, even here I'm like stalling out just a little bit, just thinking just a little bit. Like, you can shave off a couple of seconds by just playing like a robot, I guess. But generally this team just one-shots every single phase. A lot of the times you're gonna see this team is going to kill every phase in like 2 or 3 attacks. So that is where like a lot of like the time saving is coming in. Yeah, this is gonna be crazy damage here. So of course Escanor doesn't deal a lot of damage. Megellda is gonna hit damage cap. Then the finger poke here. Now, Escanor didn't hit damage cap or didn't hit close to damage cap with his ultimate because he only had like one buff from the Megellda Holy Relic passive. And of course, as you saw there, Brunhild didn't actually crit with both of her attacks, even at 124% crit chance. So getting that crit chance is very important because generally like 90 to 95% of the time she will crit. It just so happens that sometimes she doesn't, even with that extra crit chance. If you don't have that extra crit chance, not critting is gonna happen a lot. And like, until we get a proper like human, perhaps even it's gonna be like whatever it is, Sacred Treasure Ban that's gonna come out in like a month and a half maybe. Maybe he will be a really good substitute for like the Brunhild team on specifically the bird boss to like clear it super fast. Maybe you can get like an 8-minute timer then, just one-shotting every single phase. That would be nice. But yeah, on this, like one of the things about floor 2 is of course phase 2 on floor 2, where you used to have to like have a taunt up so that you don't take like the extra damage, or you needed to kill it with like death damage ultimates and stuff like that, so you had to get your ultimates, so you needed to stall out on phase 1 just to get your ultimates. Then the one ultimate came out with his finger poke, and you can like easily attack with like 4 attacks to kill it, because the damage cap is 30%. But because the damage cap is 30% and you have like Escanor's finger poke, it's gonna deal an additional 30% of that, which is 9%, so that's 39%. Plus the additional like 60k damage that Roxy does. One finger poke is gonna deal more than 50% of the boss's health. You're just gonna see it here. It's gonna be super crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna just use those 2 silver cards and any sort of attacks, and it's just gonna kill it. Otherwise, like attacking with 3 single target attacks, say 1 Escanor finger poke and then 2 other single target attacks, is just gonna kill it as well. So you're just like having to look at 3 what's it called, 3 attack animations rather than 4 attack animations, and you're just saving a little bit of time there in the grand scheme of things. Like if you're running this for a couple of hours, that's gonna save a lot of time. You're gonna be able to do a couple of extra turns. I do believe like every half hour generally from like what used to be like the fastest team before this, you're basically being able to run it 4 times almost, rather than the 3 times you were able to do before. Because generally before, like the fastest time used to be like 10 minutes. Maybe you could like shave it down and get it out just a little bit faster if you get super lucky. But generally between 10 minutes and 11 minutes was how fast you were really going. This team does it in 8 minutes 30 seconds to like 9 minutes 30 seconds, so it's substantially faster. But yeah, as you can see, she of course just crits every single time. That's not the problem. Escanor of course also crits every single time. And that is just having like just a little bit more crit chance than Brunhild. Plus the additional whatever he gets from the Merlin passive, or the Merlin association that I put on him. He gets an additional 20% there. Brunhild, of course, can miss, as we saw like on the final phase of floor 1, but generally she does crit, and on phase 1 on here on floor 3, she doesn't deal a lot of damage, as you will see. She will not hit for a lot. I will actually use both her attack cards here, and just waste that card and then also do that card. And if she crits, as you see here, 44k becomes 105k. There she actually didn't crit. That would have still become like another 100k quite easily. And if you can get both crits, you'll easily get like the boss down to close to 50% of his health. Here I got him down to 40%, which is totally fine here still. Also, if you do happen to find that like your Brunhild is super squishy for some reason, just try to heal up here. Keep trying to like get as many like Megellda heals as you can. Try to save them and use them whenever you can. But here, because I got 2 Escanor finger pokes, that's easily gonna kill it with just those 2 finger pokes. Like look at that damage, 12k. Or maybe it didn't. Oh yeah, it just barely didn't here. On a lot of runs, if I get 2 Escanor finger pokes and I get the boss down below or close to 50%, because generally Brunhild does actually crit with all her attacks. I don't know why she didn't in this run, and this run just happened to be like the fastest run. But generally, if you get then like another Escanor single target finger poke, you will just kill it with 2 attacks there. This phase is also not a problem to like kill it. Just try to get like an Escanor finger poke as like the final attack. He might get debuffed here, or he's just gonna kill. I can't remember actually. No, he did just kill. Extra damage is so nuts, dude. I just love it. I just love this team. It like Roxy is such a good unit. I'm just in love with like her passive. It's such a breath of fresh air. She works in PvP. She works in a lot of PvE content. She just circumvents like one of the most annoying parts about Grand Cross PvE, which is like the damage caps. I loved Escanor's finger poke because it did the same. I loved like any sort of Death type ultimate, Abyss type ultimate that also do the same, like you deal some additional damage just to circumvent that annoying mechanic. And now we do have her passive as well, and you can stack it with Escanor's finger poke, and it's so nuts, dude. This team is so crazy. Yeah, but this recording here has been going on for like 8 minutes 20 seconds at this point, which is like the full recording. The 8 minutes 37-second run, which this is of course, is from when I used the card the first time until like the boss is actually dead. That's sort of the timer I'm counting. I'm not counting the loading screen. Some people are maybe like playing on mobile phones that aren't gonna be like the fastest mobile phones, and you might have longer loading times. So I just didn't want to count that. I just wanted to count just the pure like what's it called? Pure like run time of the fight. So we just broke the 9-minute mark here with like the recording or whatever, but it's 8 minutes 37 seconds. So yeah, that was I guess that was the Roxy team, or the fastest bird team. Really fast run, very easy. You can replicate this run or like this time honestly quite easily. Generally though, it's like a 9-minute run. You can squeeze in like 6 runs an hour. That's gonna be 6 of these an hour, which translates to almost 1 holy relic every 2 hours if you're just farming it out. And honestly, that's not a bad trade-off, you know. So yeah, like if I were to just sit here and do some bird boss, I would like clear this quite easily within like 8, 9, 10 hours. So actually, if that's if I had 0 of these, I have 13 of them. So yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. Hope you liked it. Tell me what you think about this team. It's super fast, but yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, I guess I'll catch you next one. Bye.